All right, welcome. Good day. Greetings to you all. You are tuned into the Peak Wellness Hour brought to you by Peak Homecare Associates, located in Noblesville, Indiana, servicing the greater parts of central Indiana. So, welcome. Today is a great day to be alive, right? It's a great day. Everything's going on in the world. We've got politics, we got religion, we've got all these divisive conversations, but it is a great day to be alive. It's a great time to be alive. And if you are here, that is certainly true. So, welcome. My internet is acting kind of wonky. So, if I'm in and out, I do apologize. I'm trying to see if I'm looking down, I'm seeing what's going on and seeing how everything's looking because everything is delayed. So, my apologies. I am Angelina here. I'm not here with Queen Edith today. We just spoke earlier, and she had some things to take care of, so she is here in the virtual space. So make sure you all like, share, and subscribe wherever you're looking. In the description is our links to all of our connections, social media connections, websites, all that good jazz. So make sure you all, at the end of this video, you go and subscribe to all those places, okay? I'm going to turn my video off. I don't know how I feel about this. Okay, maybe it's stopped. Okay, so it's in delay on my part. So anyhow, today we are talking about National Safety Month, and I do want to tell you all that you are all in a safe space. We're going to have a safe, healthy conversation, and I'm super excited about it. So I'm going to share some things with you all. We're going to have this discussion, and we'll get off of here and get your day started out right, okay? So Safety Awareness Month. Let me look at my notes here. Okay. I sent a couple things to myself, and it was acting kind of wonky on my computer as far as safety or whatnot, virtual safety, right? Internet safety. So I don't know if I can pull it up, but if you go to ncs.org workplace, ncs.org, that's what I'm looking off of, National Safety Month for June. So, and NCS is National Safety Council. Okay, so you all can look that up. I don't want to mess up my computer because it was delayed. I don't know. I don't want to mess up the algorithm of this live. I don't want to delay the broadcast. So, anyways, it says June 1st through 8th is safety engagement. June 9th through the 15th is roadway safety. June 16th through the 22nd is risk reduction. And then June 23rd through the 30th is slips, trips, and falls. So we're not going to follow the order of that. We're just going to have a conversation just about safety overall. Again, we are a home care agency located in Noblesville, Indiana, servicing central Indiana. So, of course, we want to talk about home care safety. We want to talk about being safe in the home. So today we're going to talk about a couple things. First of all, we're going to talk about, again, home care safety. Whether you're a caregiver, whether you're a senior, whether anyone, home care safety is important. I'm 42 and I trip over things all the time. So anyone is prone to falls, right? So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about workplace safety as far as employment, wherever you work, talking about safety, even with our mentalities. We're going to end with talking about safety for our mental health or whatnot. And here with Peak Home Care Associates, with the Peak Wellness Hour, we love to talk about mental health and mental wellness. Okay. So first, let's talk about, there's a clip here. This is from webcenterfairbanks.com. Okay. I'm going to play this in the background. Safety tips for those affected by dementia during National Safety Month. So I'll play this really quickly.
Easy on the pocketbooks. Great.
Hang on. It's going to make me listen to this ad for 10 seconds. Let's see. Hang on. Hope everybody's doing good. Please like and share. Okay, here we go.
National Safety Month, and the Alzheimer's Foundation of America recommends 4 safety tips to consider for families providing in-home care for loved ones with dementia-related illness. According to AFA's Director of Educational and Social Services, Jennifer Reeder says, quote, "Every family caregiver's number one priority is making sure their loved one is safe, but most homes are not designed with the needs of someone living with dementia in mind," end quote. The first tip for a safer home is to welcome technology such as smart smoke alarms, carbon monoxide alarms, app-controlled thermostats, video doorbells, and automatic fire extinguishers. Secondly, remove any possible tripping hazards and declutter the home, because unfortunately, falls are the leading cause of injury-related death for those aged 65 and over, according to the CDC. AFA also recommends using bath mats with rubber backings, as well as removing throw rugs or loose wires. The third tip is to make small adaptations around the home, such as covering sharp edges of furniture and using nightlights in the hallway. The implementation of grab bars in the shower is also important. Lastly, be mindful of lighting and color choices. Impaired eyesight can be a side effect of dementia, therefore, perception of distance and space can be off. For additional resources and further safety practices during National Safety Month, visit our website at webcenterfairbanks.com.
Okay. So again, that was from, what did I tell you? webcenterfairbanks.com is what we're listening to. So you all can check that out. So that few points, very important when it comes to safety. Make sure you safety proof your home, fall proof your home. That's very important. Even if you are not of the senior age, we need to make sure that we are using wisdom. I'm all about saving on electricity and whatnot, but I do need lighting. It's important to have lighting when you're getting up in the middle of the night. We're disoriented when we get up, sometimes out of our sleep. We have to go to the bathroom or whatnot. We hear something. So those things are to be mindful of. I do want to tell you all, with the Ring doorbells, the camera doorbells, those are important for seniors. Capturing things that are going on in your neighborhood. I think those things are very important. If your senior loved one is living alone, for a lot of us living alone, you never know who's watching you when you're not paying attention. So definitely make sure that you are safeguarded with that. I will put a side note in that I do have awesome resources as far as inexpensive options for home security. Okay. So get with me if you want to learn more about that. So what else? We're not going to be here very long. I'm by myself. Last week we did stereo and I had some engagement. But we kind of switched things up, so it's okay. So yes, make sure you have a plan. Queen Edith and I were just talking here a second ago about fire safety, right? How many of us have a fire plan? How many of us have an exit strategy? To where if we're living alone, our loved ones are living alone, can they get out safely if there's a fire? Are we preventing fire hazards? Are we checking to make sure that the smoke detector alarms are working, that they have batteries, that they're functional? Is there a fire extinguisher in the home where they're accessible? And sometimes one is not enough, depending on what's going on. You definitely want one in your kitchen and somewhere else accessible, where things may be combustible. Okay. So just a couple of things to think about with that when it comes to just sharp objects, throw rugs, things that can trip us up, things that can cause injury. I have a lot of wheelchairs to get around, and those things are tricky. Okay. Trickier than you may think. And so a lot of clients that I see, they have injuries to their knees and their legs because they're bumping up against doorways and whatnot, because the hallways are not narrow enough, or they're too narrow. They're not wide enough, excuse me. So having a discussion about how you can widen those areas, especially if you're in a home, your own residential home, looking for facilities if that's what you need, have those wider spaces, right? for safety issues. You can bump into a wall and get flung out of those electric wheelchairs. So there's a lot of safety issues to consider with that. You want to make sure that your home is accommodating if you have disability or handicap needs. Those things are very important. If you have a ramp, is it sturdy? Is it steady? Do you have grab bars in the shower that are not going to, rip off the wall if somebody pulls up on them? Make sure you're having things installed properly by someone that is licensed and bonded if needed. Okay. So a couple things to think about with that. We've talked about footwear before. A lot of our seniors don't wear proper footwear, don't wear non-skid footwear that prevents falls and injuries. Like I said, 65% of, I think they said 65% of senior-related deaths are related to fall injuries. Okay, you break a hip, now you can't get out of bed. Now you have pneumonia. Now, it's a domino effect with those kind of things. So we want to make sure that we are proactive so that we don't have to be reactive, right? So really quickly, let's talk about, and we talked about these things before, so you can always go back to the Peak Wellness Hour on YouTube or on Facebook and revisit these conversations. We've talked a lot about home care safety. Okay, so let's talk about, so it's National Safety Month. So let's talk about safety as far as workplace and not just being in the workplace. So I travel for work as a nurse, right? So are we safe when we're driving? Are we getting enough sleep, enough rest? Are we being rejuvenated so that we can safely drive, right? A lot of us forget that our vehicles are actually weapons, okay? They have the potential to kill people if we're not safe and responsible. So are we getting enough sleep? A lot of nurses, a lot of healthcare providers work double shifts, work multiple jobs. They're overworked, overwhelmed, and a lot of professions we're chasing money, and we're not doing it safely. We're not taking care of ourselves, and we're doing harm to our bodies, right? So I want to share with you some definitions on safety. Okay, safety, hang on, if you will, please. Safety, couple definitions. The condition of being protected from or unlikely to cause danger, risk, or injury. The state of being safe, freedom from the occurrence of risk or injury, danger, or loss. Now, the legal definition here, especially when we're talking about healthcare providers or caregivers, even as family members in the home, is the freedom from injury, harm, danger, or loss to personal property, whether deliberate or accidental. That's why a lot of times we talk here about, misappropriating funds when we talk about patient rights, human rights. Everyone has the right to dignity, to free speech, to feeling safe, to free from chaos, free from theft. Okay. So those things are important. So are we safeguarding our loved ones from those things? Are we safeguarding ourselves from those things? Okay. A lot of us are doing work. And so now with the legal definition, I'm trying to work. I'm working. I'm a caregiver. I'm a healthcare provider. Okay. And now I've accidentally caused harm behind the wheel because I'm overworked and overwhelmed. It was accidental, but I compromised someone's safety, including my own. So those are things to think about, right? I wanted to share something else. Hang on, I gotta find it because I sent it to myself. So let's see, hang on. If you're watching, please like and share. Okay, so we're talking about safety. I'm reading from millersatwork.com blog. There was something, I think safety training is very important. Like I said, with fire prevention, natural disaster prevention. Just having a plan is really important. So, but when it comes to workplace, it says many people may not know that over 5,000 workers died on the job in 2016. Now, we're a few years ahead, right? But that's a lot of people. And so when it's saying on the job, it doesn't mean like you had an accident at work. It may mean you're going to work, coming from work, on the job. So that's a lot of people. Are we safe proofing our lives? Very important. Okay. This is going to be a short conversation. So I appreciate you all tuning in. Let's go safety as far as our mentalities. Do we feel safe in our lives? Do we feel safe as caregivers? Do we feel safe as providers? We always talk here a lot. We talk a lot here about stress and stress reduction, stress awareness, ties in with mental health, right? So are we living a mentally safe lifestyle where we're not burnt out, where we're not overwhelmed, whereas family members that are caregivers, we are not taking care of our loved ones and being stressed out and taking it out on our loved ones, right? A lot of elderly abuse comes from within the home. And I don't think it's always intentional. I think a lot of times it is being burnt out, overwhelmed, and having a lack of support in that caregiver role. So are we safeguarding our mentality? Are we safeguarding our health? Are we eating healthy? Are we getting enough rest? Not just sleep, where you're passed out because you're tired and overwhelmed, and you just wrestle and tussle and you sleep all night. Are we getting enough rest? Are we rejuvenating our bodies and our minds, our spirits? Right? That is so important. I want to share I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to do a motivational share with you all. Give me just a second. We'll watch this together. Okay, let's see how this looks. Please like and share if you are in the building, the digital house. Okay, hang on. Okay, we'll watch this together really quickly. This is 5 minutes for the next 50 years. Matthew McConaughey did this motivational speech. Okay. So let's think about this when it comes to the safety of our mentality, the safety of our spiritual well-being. Please drop a comment in this chat if you're watching. We'll watch this really quickly, and we're going to get ready to get out of here, you all. Thank you for being here. Okay, here we go.
I'm going to talk to you about some things I've learned in my journey. Most from experience, some of them I heard in passing, many of them I'm still practicing, but all of them I do believe are true. Life is not easy. It is not. Don't try to make it that way. Life's not fair. It never was. It isn't now, and it won't ever be. Do not fall into the trap, the entitlement trap, of feeling like you're a victim. You are not. Get over it and get on with it. So the question that we've got to ask ourselves is what success is to us, what success is to you. Is it more money? That's fine. I got nothing against money. Maybe it's a healthy family. Maybe it's a happy marriage. Maybe it's to help others, to be famous, to be spiritually sound, to leave the world a little bit better place than you found it. Continue to ask yourself that question. Now, your answer may change over time, and that's fine. But do yourself this favor. Whatever your answer is, don't choose anything that will jeopardize your soul. Prioritize who you are, who you want to be, and don't spend time with anything that antagonizes your character. Be brave, take the hill, but first answer that question, what's my hill? So first, we have to define success for ourselves. And then we have to put in the work to maintain it. Take that daily tally. Tend our garden. Keep the things that are important to us in good shape. Where you are not is as important as where you are. It is just as important where we are not as it is where we are. Look, the first step that leads to our identity in life is usually not, I know who I am. I know who I am. That's not the first step. The first step is usually, I know who I am not. Process of elimination. Defining ourselves by what we are not is the first step that leads us to really knowing who we are. You know that group of friends that you hang out with that they really might not bring out the best in you? You know, they gossip too much or kind of shady. They really aren't going to be there for you in a pinch. Or how about that bar that we keep going to that we always seem to have the worst hangover from? Or that computer screen, right? The computer screen that keeps giving us an excuse not to get out of the house and engage with the world and get some real human interaction. Or how about the food that we keep eating? Stuff that tastes so good going down, makes us feel like crap the next week. We feel lethargic and keep putting on weight. Well, those people, those places, those things, stop giving them your time and energy. Just don't go there. I mean, put them down. And when you do this, when you do put them down, you quit going there, and you quit giving them your time, you inadvertently find yourself spending more time and in more places that are healthy for you, that bring you more joy. Why? Because you just eliminated the who's, the where's, the what's, and the when's that were keeping you from your identity. Like, trust me, too many options, I promise you this, too many options will make a tyrant of us all. All right, so get rid of the excess, the wasted time. Decrease your options. If you do this, you will have accidentally, almost innocently, put in front of you what is important to you by process of elimination. Knowing who we are is hard. It's hard. Give yourself a break. Eliminate who you are not first. You're going to find yourself where you need to be. Instead of creating outcomes that take from us, let's create more outcomes that pay us back, fill us up, keep your fire lit, turn you on for the most amount of time in your future. We try our best. We don't always do our best. Well, architecture is a verb as well. And since we are the architects of our own lives, let's study the habits, the practices, the routines that we have that lead to and feed our success, our joy, our honest pain, our laughter, our earned tears. Let's dissect that and give thanks for those things. And when we do that, guess what happens? We get better at them. And we have more to dissect. Be discerning. Choose it because you want it. Do it because you want to. You're going to make mistakes. You got to own them. Then you got to make amends. And then you got to move on. Guilt and regret kills many a man before their time. So turn the page. Get off the ride. You are the author of the book of your life.
Okay, so there is that. What do you guys think? Why are we talking about this? That was important because, again, we're talking about safety. We're talking about all kinds of safety. Safety in the homes. Good day, Queen Kathy B. How are you? We're talking about safety in the homes. We're talking about safety in the workplace. And at the end of the day, it all boils down to safety with self. Living a safe life where you are making decisions, mindful decisions that dictate everything else in your life. Right? If we don't feel safe with the decisions that we make, if we don't feel safe with the choices that we make, even the mistakes that we make, if we don't feel safe with learning and growing, if we don't feel safe as being caregivers and providers and empowerers and educators. What does that mean for those that we are connected with? Because all of us are not here to serve, right? So, as we should be, but what does that mean for those that we are connected with? How does it impact those that we are connected with? So that's why I wanted to share that video, because it is all about your mentality and how you see the world, how you see yourself. And a lot of us don't feel we have a safe space within ourselves, our own environments, and then we wind up in a state of chaos a lot of times, all over the place. So that's what I have to say about that. Again, this is a short conversation. I just want to jump on here really quickly. I know next week we're going to be talking. The plan is to talk about Father's Day, recognizing fathers, recognizing men. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I know I'm supposed to be tomorrow. The plan is at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to launch a Black male awareness conversation. I'm going to be with Sean A. White. So you all want to check that out on YouTube or Facebook. You all make sure you check out Sean A. White. Again, make sure in the description when we're done talking here, you all check out the links and subscribe and like all the links that we have here for you all to stay connected. Thank you, Queen Kathy. We got to get together. She's always so supportive. Since Queen Kathy's here, let's talk about safety as far as foods and the foods that we eat. The things that we put in our body. Queen Kathy is big on growing your own foods, healthy foods, and she has all kinds of options as far as pesticides, alternatives to pesticides, excuse me, toxic pesticides. So make sure you all check out Queen Kathy B on YouTube. Okay. What we put in our loved ones' bodies, what we put in our bodies, our families' bodies is so important. And we wonder why we are ill the way we are. And a lot of that has to do with what we put in our bodies and things that are around us. And it certainly is a safety issue. A lot of people are dealing with illnesses or whatnot, and they cause safety issues, heart disease, risk for stroke, risk for falls, a lot of those things, diabetes, a lot of those things have to do with what we put in our bodies that are the end results. The end result is disease, and they cause safety issues for our health, right? So make sure you all look into options in growing your own foods, okay? Especially with our loved ones. If you're in a facility, a lot of us are busy if we're caregivers, and a lot of our loved ones, a lot of us are eating processed foods, microwave foods, right? Because we're so busy. Fast foods because we're so busy. That is a safety issue. Okay, somebody's diabetes is out of whack because of what we're eating. That's a safety issue, especially if you live alone. So that is my take on that. Again, I am here talking about myself, and this was a quick conversation. But I wanted to get on here and share with you all. So make sure you all like and share. Good day, Queen Mother. How are you? Hope everyone is well. See, this is just a quick conversation. If you just tuned in, go back and start from the beginning. Just reruns of what we talked about as far as home safety. Being mindful of our surroundings. One more thing I want to talk about that's really important. Being aware of our surroundings when we go out in the day or in the evening, whenever we go out, you want to make sure you're paying attention to your surroundings. People are just doing the weirdest things out here. Okay. Make sure you know where your loved ones are. If you can't get a hold of your loved ones, I don't care how old they are, do a safety check, do a wellness check. There are so many crazy scenarios that we don't even think about. Again, having the door, the video doorbells are really important for seniors that are living alone, for anyone that's living alone. Those things are super important. You can definitely get a hold of me at clearestconscience@gmail.com, and I can help you with some inexpensive options for home security that you're not going to find anywhere else outside the Ring doorbell. So that is an option, but make sure we're keeping our loved ones safe. If we have seniors that are living alone, or if we're prone to falls or seizures or, strokes, I think it's important for individuals to have alert buttons. Okay, don't let your pride get in the way of your safety because it doesn't look cool. Okay, so make sure we're doing the right thing by ourselves, by our loved ones, especially our seniors, when it comes to those kind of things. And just stay safe. Okay, that is actually all I have for today. I'm gonna spend some time with my king. I've got so many things to catch up on. Queen Kathy B is here in the house, so I've got things to catch up on with her. I know Queen Edith again is away today, taking care of some business. Make sure you all follow her. She's got a broadcast that she had to attend to, dealing with women's empowerment and all kinds of stuff. So make sure you all check that out. We certainly do appreciate your time. You can definitely get a hold of us. We are Peak Home Care Associates. You can find us at peakhomecareassociates.com. Phone number is 317-863-0832. And you can always email us at info@peakhomecareassociates.com. Please feel free to let us know what you'd like to talk about. We're always here to have positive conversations and help you grow and empower you with knowledge, right? If we have something to share, we're going to share with you, and we love when you all engage and share with us so we can all learn and grow together. We don't have all the answers, but we do want to give you the solutions to the things that we have access to. So we definitely appreciate you tuning in. We are here every Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the most part. If we're not, we're sincerely apologetic, and we are doing the work elsewhere. So it's not for naught. Okay. So make sure you stay tuned to what we have going on. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. Invite someone next week. We are going to be talking about male empowerment, fathers, all that good stuff. So stay tuned. Wish you peace, love, and blessings until next time.